Okay, here's my dinner. Um, so I just ground up the vegetables. I put a little roast beef, cheese, and some croutons on it, have some salad. And the thing is, I drive around and I go out eat quite a bit. But after I pay the high prices of eating out, the food doesn't, and nothing actually even tastes better than this. And it's not even healthier than this. So basically, it's pretty much if you eat out all the time, with a lot of stuff that people are putting in the food and the way they cook food, you're paying somebody to kill you, send you to an earlier grave. I'll give you an example. I won't mention a name. One day I was at Tuttle and there was a restaurant there, and I walked inside and I saw this long post-it note, and it didn't have any pictures on it. I'm like, well, that's a little unusual. Why would you post something with no advertisement on it? So I read it. It said this fast food place was being sued by the American Heart Association because the grease that they use, they heat it up too fast, they use it for too long, and it oxidizes. When grease oxidizes, it's directly linked to heart disease. So it said that in the lawsuit that they lost, and they had to, as one of the stipulations, they had to post this document in the restaurant, and they had to pay $1 billion to the Heart Association, and that was back in like 2009. And I don't think it's gotten even better. I think a lot of these places feel that it's cheaper just to pay the $1 billion fine and get sued than to uh, change that grease and use it. And in that document, it said they had to heat up the grease at a slower pace and use a certain type of grease. But I think they think that it's probably cheaper if they get sued just to pay the loss than to change that grease on a regular basis. But what a lot of restaurants fail to realize is that that's not their money. That when you buy something, you're paying for that, not them. I don't know why they think, and they can't separate it, that you're paying for it and give you a better quality product. So I think this is a better way to go. I'm not knocking fast food or eating out because those are people and their jobs. I just want to promote this. And I want to promote that if they hear this, it'll actually make them want to compete and do a better job and be healthier. Because when I was in Japan, one thing that I noticed is when I was in Japan, when I was in the Navy, that they had vending stations everywhere. And when you go into like a store, they never have Snickers, Lay's potato chips, Coke, or Pepsi. They never ever had that out. It's always something like this, like boiled eggs, celery, or something. But so I'm not knocking junk food. Junk food has been around for a long time, and it was not what caused the problem. What caused the problem was in 2020. Diane Sawyer, not in 2020. I'm sorry, it was on 2020. Diane Sawyer did a interview. Now, it's not rocket scientist. If I saw it and I just happened to see it, I wasn't looking, and I don't watch 2020 all the time. I just happened to turn in on this particular show, and it was called the Fat-Free Diet. In America now, it's twice as fat. And on their show, she brought in the chemist. Well, what happened was they said, well, America did this fat-free diet, and now America's twice as fat. What caused it? So they said, the chemist said that if you take out the fat, you have to replace it with something that gives it flavor, and that was sugar. So everything, they took out the fat, they replaced it with sugar. Well, now your body then has to process all this sugar and it's overloaded. Well, since then, America got twice as fat and it became a diabetes epidemic. America's known for the land of diabetes. They keep doing these studies, and PBS did a thing called Strange Days. When things are broke, they just go back and fix it. The government won't let them fix it and put it back. I don't know why. But if we know that was the case, they tampered with the food. Why can't they make them put it back? And it wasn't potato chips and it wasn't soda pop. It was about nutrition. And it's okay to have snacks, and you need to have snacks. So if you look at Subway, if people eat Subway and if they eat like 3 subs and get full and they lose weight, that tells you, and if they don't eat any more, that means that something's correct with that. So I do study that if you eat nutritiously, your body won't give you those cravings, because when you eat unnutritiously and unhealthy, your body will keep giving you those cravings and you'll want to eat more and more and more. But once you feed your body something nutritious, those cravings will stop. And a good example is the president of the United States. So George Bush, when he left office, PBS did a documentary. And they said, George, what are you going to miss about being a president? He said the food. Because why the food is because presidents go in and come out slimmer and they eat healthier because the chefs screen everything and nutrition. So why can't we get the food industry to do that? Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.